Okay, yesterday we started the dinam of Tefillin. We're discussing about the importance of the kashrus of Tefillin and that they have to be black. The straps have to be black, and more important than the box being black. Okay, we also spoke about the importance of Tefillin. Okay, now he said like this. By the hand Tefillin, we also discussed just an interesting point that by the hand Tefillin it says tie them for a sign. That means once you tie them, you did the mitzvah. By the head Tefillin it says v'hoyu l'toitafetz, it should be for a sign between your eyes, which means as long as it's a sign between your eyes, you're getting a mitzvah. But there's another interesting difference. A lot of people, if you notice, when they put on the hand Tefillin, they'll cover it. They'll cover it with the talis or with the jacket, they'll cover it and then they make the bracha and then they do the rest. Because there's a difference between the head tefillin and the hand tefillin. Many differences. The head tefillin shouldn't be covered. The head tefillin should not be covered.
Some people cover it though.
Kabbalah, but according to the Kabbalah we go by, it should be covered a little bit, but not the whole thing. You don't cover the whole thing. Why? Because by the head tefillin it says in the pasuk, "V'ro kol amei haaretz ki shem Hashem nikra alecha v'yaru mimeka." One of the reasons when the Rebbe started the tefillin campaign before '67, the Rebbe said that when you put on tefillin, the pasuk says, all the nations of the world will see you and they'll be afraid of you. Ki shem Hashem nikra alecha, that the name of God is called upon you. So the Gemara says in Brachos, Amar Rabbi Lazar, Elu tefillin shaberosh. Where do you goyim see that the name of God is on you? So if you notice the head tefillin, there's a shin on each side. One has 4, one has 3, but there's a shin on each side, which stands for the name Shin Daled Yud, Shaddai. So therefore the Gemara says, Rabbi Lazar says, when the Jew wears tefillin anywhere in the world, that causes a fear of the Jewish people on all the nations of the world. That's what the Rebbe came out with the tefillin campaign before the 6-day war started. The Rebbe said, just came out with this campaign that you have to get people, as many people as possible, to put on tefillin. The fact that the Gemara says, "V'ro kol ha'me'or," they will see it, that means you have to uncover the head tefillin. By the hand tefillin, it says ukshartam or vayulat la'is. No. It says vayulachol la'is, and there's another pasuk that says that it should be for you a sign. Okay, you a sign means not for anybody else. Therefore, there are many people that mamish actually cover the whole tefillin with their sleeve. They actually cover the tefillin. That's also a reason, it's brought down in halacha, why the minig is that when you put on the hand tefillin, you cover it. Why? Because then it's for you a sign, not for anybody else. So the hand tefillin has to be covered, or that's why you can have a little box in the hand tefillin, they protect it, the little back blocks. And the head tefillin, you can't put anything in it. You can't put a little box on the head tefillin to protect it. Why? Because the head tefillin has to be opened.
Once it's for you, you're putting it on your own hand, and it doesn't have to be covered.
Okay, I'm just saying that one of the reasons why the meaning is to cover it, because when you make the bracha, you're showing that it's for you a sign. Okay. Now, one second. Another interesting point is that how do we know you put on tefillin on the left hand? Or a left-handed person puts on tefillin on the right hand. Where do we learn it out from? So that by one of the psukim of tefillin, it says, "V'haya lecha la'is al yodcha." Now, normally in Hebrew, yodcha, your hand, is written Yud, Daled, Lain Gechaf, right? Yud, Daled, Lain Gechaf. But over there, in one place, it says Yud, Daled, Chaf, Hey. How does it spell yodcha? Yud, Daled, Chaf, Hey. which is not the common spelling for your hand. So the Gemara learns out from there It's two words, yad, keha. Chafei is keha. What does keha mean? Weaker. Weaker hand. So therefore the Gemara learns out the fact that the Torah in one place writes, V'hoya l'cha la'eis al yodcha. And yodcha is yud, yad, keha, the weaker hand. So therefore we learn out from there that tefillin goes on the weaker hand. So what does it have to do with writing? B'chlal, according to most opinions, it goes by what the person writes with. You write with your right, you're a righty. You write with your left, you're a lefty. If you do some things with the right, some things with your left, then you go only by what you're writing. If somebody writes with one hand, let's say they only write with the right hand, and everything else they do with the left, then there's a big argument in halacha. Or if you write with your left and you do everything else with the right, then there's a big argument in halacha. But the main thing, according to all opinions, is writing. Therefore, if you do 30 things with your left hand, but you do writing and another thing with your right hand, you're righty. Where do we learn this out from? Because look what it says. Right after Kshartam la'esa yadecha, what does the pasuk say? Uchsaftam al mezuzahs. You should write them on the mezuzah. So the Torah connects in the pasuk right after the mitzvah of tefillin. The Torah says the concept of writing. So from there the Gemara learns out what defines a right-handed or left-handed person, basically the hand they write with. But therefore, how do we know it goes on the weaker hand? Because it says yad cha yad keya, which means the weaker hand. Now, the Torah says it should be, according to Halachos, it has to be facing the heart. Because what do tefillin represent? Binding the mind, head tefillin, and the hand and the heart Hashem. Right? So you have the hand tefillin on the hand, opposite the heart, and then you have the head tefillin on top of the brain. Now, the apikursim, by the way, the people that didn't believe in the oral Torah, the Koraites, for instance, they didn't wear the head tefillin here. Because the Torah says between your eyes. The Chachamim established from Moshe Rabbeinu at Har Sinai, what does it mean, Beinei Necha, between your eyes? It means on the head, not here, not back. It should be between your eyes. But where? Here. Okay? They learned it simply. They didn't believe in the oral Torah. They believed in only the biblical law. And the written law says between your eyes, so they wear tefillin here. No. Therefore, because the hand tefillin represents the heart, so therefore, when the Torah says time for a sign on your hand, yeah, alav avecha, so you can't wear the tefillin facing this way. Maybe you can put on the tefillin here, it's on your arm, and facing that way. No, because it has to face this way. It has to face the heart. Even if you're left-handed, you put tefillin here, but it also faces the heart. The heart is a little bit in the middle, facing the left, right?
Does it have to be facing the heart or actually like attached to your...
No, it has to be facing the heart. It has to be on the muscle that faces in the direction of the heart.
So it doesn't have to be like...
No.
It's the right side, isn't it? The right side?
Yeah.
This?
Mm-hmm. And the head tefillin has to be between your eyes. The Torah says between your eyes, meaning it has to be here. That's why people have a mirror. They, look and make sure that the tefillin is in the right place between the eyes, meaning, but not chas v'shalom between the eyes here, where the brain is, and just okay.
So Rabbi, what happens if you're ambidextrous?
You write with both hands?
Yeah.
So then the halacha is you're a right-handed person. Because besides the fact Kabbalistically you're supposed to put on tefillin on the left hand, okay, besides that. But a person's ambidextrous, so the bottom line is he's still right-handed. If a person writes with both hands, ambidextrous can mean a lot of things. It can mean batting a bat, left hand and right hand. It can be both ways, or writing. If a person writes with both hands, but his right hand is a better writing than the left, but he's comfortable writing with the right, and he's more comfortable. Let's say a guy writes with both hands, but he writes better with the left, right? But he also writes with the right. It might not be as nice, but he's still comfortable writing with the right. He's still a right-handed person.